I've got a lot of great news for y'all today. I'm, first of all, in an amazing mood, so this video is going to be much better quality than last week's. I'm sorry about that. Honestly, if I'm ever in that bad of a mood again, I might end up just skipping it altogether. I was not having a good week. I've had a great day off though, even made my own ice cream, white chocolate. And if you want to know how I made it, you can go subscribe to my personal channel, Nathan Isle Official. And I've been recording a lot of videos lately. I'm going to start uploading more often, starting in June. So yeah, I'm going to put this in the freezer, and we're going to come back and start this episode. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Isle, and this is WNBA Weekly, the show where twice a week, usually on Fridays and Mondays, I will upload a video where I talk about things that have happened recently in the association and a couple of things I'm looking forward to in the upcoming weeks. Saturday we have 3 games in action, starting with the Stars and the Mercury. Kayla Mcbride makes her season debut. She has 14 points coming off the bench. Griner, meanwhile, she's looking like one of those monster aliens from Space Jam. She straight up flew to New York, stole Tina Charles' talent. Griner has a second double-double, and the Mercury have their second win. Coincidence? Yeah, entirely. Those two have nothing to do with each other. Then you have Atlanta with 5 players in double figures, and they managed to stay undefeated, keeping Chicago winless. And then you finish the night with the LA Sparks having their ring ceremony. Nice of them to pick this day so Christy Tolliver could participate. Candace Parker returns, makes her debut. The Sparks have 5 players in double figures. Sydney Wiese, the rookie, comes off the bench, scores 22 points, including hitting 6 of 10 from 3-point range, as LA gets the win. They keep undefeated. Then on Saturday, you've got a battle of the winless. Jonquel Jones has another double-double. Every starter for Connecticut had double-figure scoring night. But Candice Dupree with 19 points, she led the way for the Fever as they made a huge comeback in the fourth quarter to sneak away with their first win of the season. And then you have a battle of the unbeatens with the Lynx versus the Wings. And the Lynx, they barely managed to sneak by with the win. Dallas so far, they're proving me right. They're having a great season. Started off with a win, and even though they lost this one, they went punch for punch with the best team in the league. Then on Sunday, you have the Dream and Sky meeting yet again, the second time this weekend. The Dream, they have 4 players in double figures. They looked like they were in control, looked like they were going to run away with it. But the Sky come roaring back, and they're just in control basically for the rest of the game after the first quarter ended. And Stephanie Dolson, she had a huge night. She scored over 20 points, added 5 blocks just for good measure. Then you have Pondexter with her first double-double of the season, the first points-assist double-double of the 2017 season. And the Sky end up coming away with their first win of the year, handing Atlanta their first loss of the year. Told you, when 2 teams play each other consecutively, shit happens. And then you have the last game of the week. You have the Seattle Storm versus the Washington Mystics. And honestly, it was supposed to be a battle between Stewie and Delle Donne. Stewie had foul trouble. She didn't really play that much. Really, this ended up being the Jewel Lloyd show. She had 26 points. She's had 20 in every game this season. Sue Bird, she made her season debut. And of course, her first game this year, she dishes out 10 assists. I told you, she's got shooters around her. It's not just her skills. Of course, I'm not saying that Super doesn't have skills. She's got skills. Hi. But it's the combination of her talent and the talent level of the people around her that are making her look like she's in her 20s again. So with all that in mind, here's a quick look at our current standings. So yeah, we're a week into the season already. Every team has played 2 or 3 games, and things have already been pretty interesting. You've only got 2 undefeated teams remaining, LA and Minnesota. We pretty much all saw this coming. They seem like they could be the same as last year. They're going to stay undefeated until they start colliding with each other. You've also got only 2 winless teams left in the league with San Antonio and Connecticut. And you never know, they could be on the same path where they both stay winless until they meet each other. You've also got teams like Seattle, Washington, Dallas, New York. If you look at their records, every one of their losses came to a team that's 500 or better. Every one of their wins came to a team that is under 500. So we've got the best in the league, we've got the worst in the league, and then we've got a bunch of other people that are just a jumbled up mess, and it won't be until they start playing each other that we really start to see the picture unfolding clearly. You never know, it's still very early in the season, and there are a lot of things that are definitely going to change. For one thing, there are still a lot of players missing. Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley have yet to play a single game for Chicago because they haven't returned from overseas. And when you look at Chicago, they seem like they finally figured that out defensively in today's game. And then when you add the scoring that Quigley brings off the bench and Vandersloot's ability to be a captain on the floor, dish out the assist, I mean, this team looks like they can get even scarier. You've got Mariah Jefferson and Kelsey Plum who have yet to play this year because they're hurt, which really upsets me because I've already accepted the fact that the Stars are going to lose the majority of their games this year. But I was really looking forward to seeing Kelsey Plum play. I was looking forward to see her light up the scoreboard and to see her humiliate a couple of veterans with her some killer crossover moves. I mean, it's not like I really have anyone to blame. I mean, it's an injury. These things happen, but still, like, that's the one thing about that I was actually looking forward to this year from the Stars, being able to watch Kelsey Plum go to work, and she has yet to play. And there are a lot of players that are here right now who you don't know for sure that they're going to finish out the season. I found out that Brittany Boyd, she tore her left Achilles tendon in the game on Thursday. She's going to be out for a while. And then in today's game earlier, you had Tiffany Hayes on the very last play of the game, which is just so unfortunate, literally adding injury to insult. That she rolled her ankle, and it looked like pretty painful. They had to carry her back to the locker room. As of right now, I'm recording this late Sunday night. As of right now, I have no information, but I'll update you later on when I find out some solid facts. Also, fun fact: in their last game, Diana Taurasi had a foul that was upgraded to a flagrant 2, and she's been suspended for her next game. Just thought you should know. Also, before we go on any further, just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of huge standouts having breakout years, Jewel Lloyd and Jonquel Jones, both of them looking like candidates for not only most improved player, but hell, they could be in the MVP conversation. Or at least Jewel Lloyd could be. It's hard to imagine the Sun having a winning record at all right now, much less making the playoffs. And I don't know anyone who actually would want to give MVP to someone on a losing team. But that's beside the point. That's just a whole nother conversation. Jonquel Jones, it's early in the season, but she's had a double-double in every game. She leads the league in rebounding. And Jewel Lloyd, she's currently leading the entire league in points. And even though it's only been 3 games, there has yet to be an opponent that can hold her under 20. Also, shout out to Kelsey Plum. I sincerely hope you get better soon because I really want to see you on the court. I need a reason to look forward to the Stars games. I really do. It's hard to get excited about it. I want to watch them play every single game, but it's hard to be excited about it. There's just not much to look forward to this season. Kelsey is one of the few bright spots about this year. I want to watch her work. So now we move on to everyone's favorite part of the show. Actually, I have no idea what your favorite part of the show is. Leave a comment down below. What do you most look forward to? Hearing recaps of last week, hearing news about next week, and hearing my opinions? What do you like most? And while you're typing up those comments, I'll tell you which games to look forward to in the upcoming days. As always, I will tell you which ones are currently scheduled to broadcast nationally, which means everybody can watch it. And for the rest, just check your local listings, or you can watch every single game on WNBA League Pass. And as always, the times I'm mentioning are Eastern Standard Time, so please be sure to adjust for your time zone. And from what I remember about time zones, when it's 1 p.m. in New York, that means it's 10 a.m. in LA. So if you're in LA and you hear me say that a game's on at 1 p.m. and you don't adjust for your time zone, then you'll end up completely missing the game. And in Australia, I don't know what time zone y'all are in. I only know American time zones. I don't know what the rest of the world goes on. I know you're like on the other side of the world, so is it like 1 a.m. for y'all? Are you guys watching this game while you eat breakfast? Is that what's happening? All my Australians out there, let me know, do you eat breakfast while you're watching WNBA games? I'm genuinely curious now. Okay, I got a little sidetracked. Let's get back to the topic. Tuesday, you got 2 games being played. You got the Sun and the Lynx at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN2. And the Sun, one of the only winless teams left in the league. I'm sure they'd like to get that first one. I don't think too many people expect it to happen against the undefeated Lynx, who currently sit at number 1 in the entire league. And then you've got the Liberty versus the Mercury. Both of these teams are missing their starting shooting guard, Brittany Boyd with an injury, Diana Taurasi with a suspension. But Brittany Griner has been playing out of her mind. Will Charles and Stokes be able to slow her down? Then on Wednesday, you've got an early game. You've got the Mystics versus the Sky, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBA TV. And you've got Delle Donne returning to face off against her old team, Stephanie Dawson versus her old team. They're probably going to end up going head-to-head, at least a little bit. Dawson may not get the headlines that Delle Donne makes, but if you see the game that she just played, you know that the talent is there. She's a solid playmaker on both sides of the floor. Then you've got the Sparks versus the Fever at 7 p.m. Fever, they finally get their first win of the season, looking to possibly make it 2 in a row. LA, though, they're hoping to stay undefeated, and they're clicking on all cylinders right now. They look like a very dangerous team. I wouldn't want to be anybody having to face up against them. Unless you're the Lynx. I'm pretty sure the Lynx are the only team in this league that shouldn't be afraid of the Sparks. Then on Thursday, you've got another morning game, the Wings versus the Stars, this one at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be another game broadcast on Twitter. The Wings, they just suffered their first loss of the season, but they're hoping to bounce back, and they should be able to against the Stars. Ooh, that's a good question. Leave quick in the comment section down below. I want to start a poll. What do you think is going to happen first? The Lynx losing their first game or the Stars winning their first game? Well, that's it for this edition of WNBA Weekly. Tune in on Friday for another all-new episode, probably. And until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle, and I hope you have a great day. Now I'm going to go eat some of that damn ice cream. I'm sure there are a few of you who saw the Friday episode who didn't believe me when I told you that Monday's episode would be at least twice as long. I'm going out of my way to make sure it happens.